Hello. You are about to embark on a visual journey through the mid-Michigan town of Corunna. Established as a city in 1869, it was named by a young shepherder, Andrew Mack. You see, Mr. Mack split time in his shepherding commitments between Spain and Michigan. But as time wore on, he had to establish permanent settlement in Michigan, and he could no longer see the love of his life, a Spanish princess that he had met overseas. No longer able to see his Spanish rose, he felt it necessary to pay tribute to her in some way, and named the town after her village, La Coruna, Corunna, Michigan. Now, before we continue, I feel it necessary to correct a certain mispronunciational error, we'll say, in the name of Corunna, Michigan. As a fellow resident of Corunna, I find that people don't quite understand when I say where I'm from. You see, often this will be the case. So where are you from? Corunna. Like the beer? No, not at all like the beer. You see, it's actually pronounced Corunna. Corunna, not Corona, the cerveza served with lime, consumed in mass quantities every Cinco de Mayo. No, no. The town I'm from is spelled C-O-R-U-N-N-A. Enjoy.
Deleted scenes.
Let's go outside.
We got a puker?
No.
We got a puker?
Would you back up for that?
Dusty would get in his car and have his friend drive, and they'd go like 20 miles an hour and just jump out of the car.
No, dude, ditch diving was probably the best game we ever made up.
We got Nick Board around.
Why? How did she get my number?
I always thought of Shiawassee County as like someone began a Sim City game and didn't quite finish it, you know?
As I grew up and got older and got into high school, found that somehow they were always better than us.
You thought that?
Oh, I always thought.
All right.
But also, I'd like to say that there is a flip side to this coin. That you could also have the person to say, you know what, I didn't like it, and it wasn't great for me. But for me, it was. And I hold true to that, and I'm very proud of where I'm from, and I don't deny where I'm from whatsoever.
I would say camaraderie, just like, you know what I mean? Like, just the whole thing, like, thick as thieves, like, you know what I mean?
All the chocolates are the same and you always know what you're gonna get?
White chocolate?
White chocolate, yeah. Pretty much, that's it. Corunna's like a box of white chocolates.
I'm Mark Schmidt. I live in Corunna. I've lived here my whole life.
You stay on the blacktop. That's what they used to say at my school.
People, all they say is Corunna. Where are you from? Corunna, Kentucky? Corunna, Kentucky. That's what bears me. It's a small school, small town.
Sword of the Cavalier. Makes me proud.
Yeah!
What was that?
I'm in the same goddamn job since I graduated, damn it! Hold the beer down! Fuck that damn!
That's good.
I got it.
That bitch is like...
Seriously.
No, she's coming back.
taking a...
Stephanie!
She's coming back. She's taking
Oh,
the fucking.
okay.
She's taking fucking BK home.
BK.
Bill's killed. The fucking dumb fuck that's in the back seat.
Oh, God.
True. I just don't want to be around this. I'm like, I didn't ask you to smoke, and I really don't give a fuck whether you want to or not.
No, really, she was like...
She was offended.
People from Corunna have no problem getting friends out of Corunna.
Jeez, that was touching.
That was hard.
Everybody knows everything about everyone, and you have about 50 different sets of parents.
I'm in Denver, Colorado, and I live 3 blocks from a 7-Eleven, and I'm like, I'm going to the town pub real quick. I still say it.
it's been pretty successful. It just grows every year. I'm glad to see it. It's a good community event.
The whole team agrees with you all through school, and they say they'll walk right out behind you. And then it's you and the shittiest kid on the team are the only ones that walk off.
Yeah, I'm doing a fucking documentary.
Fucking love Corona.
Are you serious?
I love everybody from here. They're so nice. We're just real people.
I gotta pee, hold on. Clay comes back. I cook him some more shrimp scampi because he heard that I was hooking it up.
I would say the thing that embarrasses me most is that you can't go to a party without a fight breaking out.
Well, it's one of those towns where if you're a native son and you fall, there's always someone to catch you. Yeah, I mean it's like having just an enormous support group. It's like 24-hour group therapy, I guess. But with Milwaukee's best.
A lot of people didn't really do the things they do now, like drugs and go without socks. Or have skirts above their knees.
Yeah,
God.
I can't talk when there's camera on me, but it is nice going home when you have like all those different sets of parents and stuff. It is nice and like warm, gooey feelings, you know. You get like the warm fuzzies.
There's nothing to worry about. Like Jake said, 6 years out of school.
Yeah.
We're still here. And you're just still great friends with everybody. We all hang out together. And
I'm not
that's what you,
depressed to be here.
You know,
I
look forward
don't
to
work
hanging
in
out with
Corona, I
people.
work
You
in
work in
Lansing,
Lansing, he works in Owasso, but...
I knew people that were cracking open beers at 12 and 13, you know.
Wow. Well, what would you like Corona to say about this documentary? Better than Owasso? I think so.
Dude, what the fuck you mean like the wild? I guess. I mean, I take those classes, gotta get a fucking A in them.
I got kicked out of the English class because I didn't know what purgatory was, and she asked me if I was a Christian. I said, not really. Mrs. Young got freaking offended and kicked me down to the principal's office because I was like, no, I'm not a Christian. Sorry.
I don't know anything about anybody over here.
Unique.
Brady's food back when I was the huge shot was remember Roosevelt Park and all the devil worshippers that were in Roosevelt Park.
The devil worship.
And then
It's like not Corona, it's Corona.
She couldn't believe that you could actually pump gas and go in and pay for it without locking everything from your car and pulling your stereo out.
The Shiawassee River, polluted, disgusting. It's a good carpet.
The Marshall. Chi-Town. The
The
Town Tub. What was the kid who had webbed feet?
What's the deal with the
Cromwell?
The Corona Fire?
Like I said, when we were growing up, we played a lot of sports outside. Not only in playgrounds, but out in fields and at farms and so forth.
But I mean, you look at Corona, and we had Mazurka, and who were kind of like I don't know, I guess they were like the Dandy Warhols of Corona or something like that. They were sort of like the Rolling Stones clones of Corona. You know, they were more like the 60s style stuff, the 11 Doors, Rolling Stonesy style stuff. You had Jarvis Lorry, who was, John Mills was really into the blues and stuff like that. And he was a great guitar player. And, you know, he had a different thing going on. And there's the Fuzz, and they got all kinds of different stuff going on, you know. Yeah, they're the quasi-space folk band from Corona. And, you know, I mean, it's just every and then you got Brandon Rodabaugh, who's doing his own thing. He's sort of like your Jeff Rodabaugh, Brandon's brother, who's doing his own thing, the younger one. He's like the Elliott Smith of Corona or something.
Corona's not pulling in a whole bunch of tourists.
Kerwood Festival.
Well, the Kerwood Festival is, beer tent at the Kerwood Festival, top notch.
Mrs. Kitchen and Mrs. Phelps. Always bringing that bell telling you stay on the Tarvey.
Most of the time there's alcohol involved, so you get people that are drunk.
If nothing else, because I think it's awesome as hell.
Yeah, well, you know, in Corunna, we are friendable.
You don't like Corunna? Okay, I love Corunna. Oh, right, that's going on the movie then.
Zach, do you still have your Corona jersey downstairs? Can I go put it on for the video?
Yeah, that's definitely unique. Cause like all my other friends, they have like maybe one or two friends from back home that they're still close with. Yeah, but like everybody from Corona still keeps in touch somewhat regularly. I mean,
What's unique about Corunna? It's a small town. Everybody knows everybody. Everybody.
Asking a question, generalizing a group of people about how much they generalize other groups of people. It's a quandary.
Those t-shirts say I walked the bridge.
With drinking and drug habits or whatever, I think, you know, it's like, you know, my brother's a drug addict. What am I gonna be? I've already got the reputation. What else am I gonna be? And right, I mean, you know, like, you know, my brother, I've already got the reputation.
Directions to somebody one time. She's like, you go down and then the Tarvey ends. And they were like, what's Tarvey? She's like, Tarvey.
One important aspect is that Corunna housed a building for the Underground Railroad right in town Corunna. The house still stands, as a matter of fact. Yeah, just around the corner. Yeah. So that was pretty important. That was pretty cool.
That's the thing, you know, the 2000 era, we kind of just graduated and got on. I don't really care.
Got it on. Confucius did.
What are you doing here?
Getting drunk.
See, that must be a generation thing because I didn't hear about ball tag.
I got suspended for
You're
fucking
2 years older than I
For stealing Legos.
I mean, I do know that Shiawassee County, obviously, Owasso, Corunna, the area has a very rich Indian history, mostly Ojibwe Indian.
Oh, so we're speaking about Native Americans.
Yes. For all of those at U of M Native Americans, up here in Corunna, we still call them Indians. Feathers, not dots.
A small town that can be bad. I mean, I think the community and the family-wise of Corunna is very special. I don't think there's very a lot of towns that have what Corunna has. I mean, there's a reason why people are friends for years and years, and they'll come back and try to stay together, which is, I think, is a special thing. But I also think Corunna has things in its own way aren't that great.
There's a song that stills my heartache with its wondrous golden chime, cures my soul of all its sadness with the magic of its rhyme, frees my past from every sorrow and defeats the world's sharp stings. 'Tis a mystic, mellow measure that the Shiawassee sings.
Amendment 2 of the Constitution of the United States of America. A well-regulated militia Pull. Being necessary for the protection of a free state. Pull. The right to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. I think that's precisely what we're doing here today. Pull. Exercising that right. If you don't exercise it, you lose it.